This fandom has a lot of music that catches my eye, or ear, every year. 2022 was no exception. This is a personal subjective list that I like to do for fun that showcases 20 songs I kept coming back to over the year. This list is only 20 songs out of the hundreds of tunes that were released in 2022, so don't be surprised if your favorite song doesn't appear. This list is also based on how much I listen to these songs, think of it like a Spotify Wrap, as well as a little objectivity and the aim for variety on the list. I decided to change the format this year with inspiration from the old Kate Walker Top 20 Brony Songs videos from years ago. I encourage you all to check out Luckrock's Top 100 Brony Songs lists from over the recent years, because that's what originally inspired me to make my own top 20 lists here. Now with 2022, even though I tend to gravitate towards the pop and electronic side of the fandom, rock music and the use of guitars in general really gave my other choices a run for their money this year. Some artists that I've known about for a few years really surprised me with a song or two that got a spot on the list respectably high. The summer season also gave songs that really fit the vibe at the time. With all that being said, let's get started with a countdown. At number 20, we have Atrix Bearers and Veloria with Parallax. These two artists who I've been aware of came together to create a fun, danceable track for all of us to enjoy. Much reverb is used leading up to the drop to fill the soundscape with a roomy atmosphere. From the snaps to the 8th note synths to the rest of the percussion coming in, it gives you the excitement for what is coming up. The most memorable part, for me at least, is the repeating melody that you get familiar with pretty quickly. Having a memorable motif is a key to having the song be pleasing to the listener and wanting them to keep coming back. When the drop finally happens, it is satisfying to hear the rhythms of the synths and melody work together to create a nice polyrhythm to vibe to. I can't wait to hear more from these two separately or together in the future. At number 19, we have Cider by Scratch Cat. Want a fun house song? This cut is off of Scratch Cat's album, Melodies of Equestria, with a variety of different electronic songs, each with their own, what do you know, melodies. Besides being in my favorite key, D-flat major, this song immediately puts you into the groove from the first beat. The rhythms of each instrument all go together and can be swapped out at any point and not throw the song off. My favorite detail is the vocal chops that stand out from the rest of the synths. In fact, each synth stands out in its own way. The idea of this song is Rainbow Dash getting in line early for Cider this year, so you bet she is going to be excited. Though to me, this song has the feel of also drinking cider at a party with others and having a great time with the club vibe this gives off. Grab a drink and join in on the fun. At number 18, we have Antonym by Violet Pony, the Zizkill remix. In a year full of Antonym remixes, Zizkill's version was my favorite of 2022. Right when the beat kicks in, the vocal chops are used in a new way that I haven't heard before, which automatically provides nuance and gives the remix its own identity, along with being in a different key. The beat is constantly switching up, with the noticeable one being in the second chorus. The chords in the bridge fill the atmosphere to create ambience in an almost dreamlike moment. Zizkill constantly provides unique sounds to their music to bring the power and groove to get you dancing. Check it out. At number 17, we have Irresponsible for a Day or Two by Snow Shovel featuring Stealing Shades and Bree. This song gives me the classic rock vibe, with a steady beat that relies on the same few melodies, but interpolates them in new ways throughout the song. That may be one of the reasons this gets stuck in my head so easily. Shade's and Bree's vocals on the song really match the energy that the song encourages, especially in the higher register. The panning of the guitars at the beginning is a nice touch to the mixing. Twilight is tired of her responsibilities as a student and as a princess, so she takes a night off to hang with her friends. It's such a playful theme that lets the fun instrumental bring you along on a night of partying, and let's not forget about the guitar solo at the end. At number 16, we have All for the Love of Trash, 919 remix. This remix is helped a lot by the original composition of the Trash song from Tell Your Tale, but it has such a catchy hook that is utilized here by repeating it more than the original. The way the harmonies are brought in with the melody being strengthened by the backing instruments give it all the more power. The beat is consistent and doesn't put in the snare on beats 2 and 4 until the final chorus, which allows a more trance-like feel with it. The panning of the vocal delay fills the sound's landscape to give a full listening experience that I want to get up and dance to. At number 15, we have Hoof by Violet Pony. One of the biggest travesties in my 2021 list was not including Typewriter by Violet just because it came out in December and I didn't get into it at the time. This time I made sure to pay attention more to the December releases, and I'm sure glad I did. This is the single off of Violet's record, Carousel. They always seem to surprise me with the variety of styles they produce, this one having a more funk groove. They also emulate the style in their dialect and vocal delivery as well. The chosen vocal chops are on point with the rhythm and melody that they create in the chorus. Special mention to the use of Pinky saying hoof bump repeatedly. I'll be surprised if I don't get up and dance along when this comes on. At number 14, we have Elemental by Prince Whateverer. Prince brings us one of his biggest songs of the year, with a song that you may have heard in passing or at most conventions recently. Taking on all of the main 6 for a song topic, the lyrics give an uplifting message about the friendships that the characters have. The energy switch from the verse to the pre-chorus is such a change in mood building up to the chorus. Aside from the occasional memes I saw about the rhyming scheme of the chorus, it is impressive incorporating the longer rhyming words in the sentences when fitting the syllables in a consistent rhythm. It's an infectious hook that, warning, may get stuck in your head when you listen to it. Check it out if you somehow haven't already. At number 13, we have I'm Fine by Zizkill. What can I say? Zizkill really killed it for me this year. From the compilation album Zenith, the song starts right off the bat with that low rhythmic bass before the beat kicks in. I love what every instrument does in this song with the minor key that it's in, especially with the melodies that the vocals present. Every sample used is placed to fit together to make a solid groove throughout the song, from the guitar strums to the percussion to the vocals to the synths. The song is able to change up its beat halfway through to keep it interesting to listeners. If you want a reliable banger, this is one to go to. At number 12, we have You Must Shine by Sound Bandit. Who could have seen that I'd be putting a G3 song on my list? I sure didn't. After the first time hearing it, it slowly grew on me and got better with every listen. The song incorporates a more complex rhythm, using dotted notes rather than the standard 4-count beat you'd hear in many other songs. I love when the song picks up and switches halfway through, then ends with a 4-count beat with a small build-up to a sudden end. The horn sounds near the end also help with the comfy and nostalgic vibe that this gives. The melodies used by the vocal chops are so catchy and ear candy that I find getting stuck in my head every other day. This even got me to check out the original G3 source this is from, and I think I might check out more. At number 11, we have You're Not a Real Musician by Violet Pony. As the opener to Violet's Fish Whisperer album, this is a strong start that introduced the narrative. From the flowing piano playing and string sections to the hard-hitting chorus, this is one of those tracks where Violet does not hold back with the variety of styles this presents. The dialogue presented in the lyrics is accompanied by the music switching with the tone. It also resonates more of being on the topic of the character's love for music and the disapproval they face. Go listen. At number 10, we have Face Value by Voodoo Pup featuring Dangerous Moonlight. These are two names that just decided to drop a very impressive album, Parasite, out of nowhere last year. While almost every song on the album has its own personality to stand out, Face Value is one of the most popular, and it's understandable with the pop vibe it gives. I could legit hear this playing on pop radio with the verse-chorus structure of it. The satisfying synth throughout the song plays into the dark mood with a guitar adding edge to it. Dangerous Moonlight is an underrated singer that I hope to hear more from in the future. The harmonies balanced with the melody add layers to the performance. As a song that slowly grew on me throughout the year, this will likely get stuck in your head too. At number 9, we have the Hippogriff Festival by Violet Pony. With the song Fish's Landing preceding this song, the atmosphere flows right into the Hippogriff Festival with a more calming mood in the first half of the song. I sometimes associate F-sharp major or G-flat major with the feeling of settlement or wonder with oneself or the environment. The melodic notes in the background are accompanied with ambient noises to put you in the scene of being at the festival, full of curiosity and thought like the protagonist. The stacking harmonic voices in the chorus are beautiful when put all together. The sudden hit of the louder notes make the song so much bigger, like the world built in the album. Days after this song came out, there was a day where the weather was sunny during the day, but then gray and lightly raining in the afternoon. I listened to this song while walking back to my dorm in the light rain, and the song fit the mood perfectly, with lightly associating the song with water and taking in the scenery around me, with the peacefulness of not a storm, but a light drizzle. I like to listen to this song now whenever that type of weather occurs.
This is it.
At number 8, we have Honesty by Remake. Remember Acoustic, Brony? They're back under their current name to finish the Element song series with Magic and Honesty. While both are excellent, I kept coming back to Honesty after being reminded of it at Sequestria Fest. First of all, with it being in my favorite key, D-flat major, I automatically pick up the upbeat vibe it gives. The inclusion of the banjo fits right in with the rock instrumental to give it a personality to identify as Applejack's song. I love whenever the melodic line resolves or ends on the tonic, the first note of the scale in the key. It makes the line and mood of the song feel complete or content. They also do it with the ad-libs in the final chorus. The high energy of this song makes me want to join the Apple family in running through the apple orchard fields on a bright summer day. Hoping to hear more from Remake in the future. At number 7, we have Sunny Time Vibes by Chuckles. I know there is a version that I remastered, but I want to exclude myself from this and talk more about the composition and lyrics. I love when a song jumps you immediately into the fun right away from the beginning, and it does so here with the verse. Chuckles often provides creative lyrical writing with what rhymes and topics they come up with. So much imagery is provided to paint the picture of a tropical summer day. It's a good fit for Sunny's bright personality. No pun intended. From the start, each line is so catchy and memorable that I can remember and often find myself singing it, even when it is not playing, and that goes for the melodies as well. The horns go with the electric guitar and organ to make the mood very festive, then with the bongos in the bridge to add the tropical spice, especially in the second chorus to add extra flavor that is so pleasant to my ears. Listen to this one to brighten up your day. At number 6, we have Izzy by bb-panzu, or Rain Brony. Rain Brony is an alias used under the channel bb-panzu that uploads multi-fandom content. Along with the animations, they also made this song about our favorite purple and blue G5 unicorn. This is the kind of song I like, with a drum and bass kind of beat, one that has high energy to go along with the tempo and the wildness of the rhythms. The riff at the beginning and end is perfect in being a catchy melody to get stuck in your head. The chorus is infectious while being simple and repeating the same word. The vocal processing and effects make this stand out from any other song on the list, or from the year. Let loose and go crazy when listening to this hyper-moving song. At number 5, we have Unicorn Attack by PSFMer. I was convinced this was going to be my number 1 for the first half of the year. PSFMer experimented with new unique sounds in 2022 that I have not heard much from in the fandom. With an Afrobeat style, the specific sounds of the percussion are very satisfying and dynamic enough to appreciate with the song on repeat. This has the most complex rhythms out of any other song I've heard this year. The vocal samples are creatively used to create infectious loops to dance along to. While the song is repetitive with the drums, it's just that good and well produced that I can't get enough of it. At number 4, we have Vacationin' Fluttershy cover by Everyday Dashie. Everyday Dashie is a music machine with pumping out songs of multiple genres every other week. This is a cover of one of their originals, but using an AI Fluttershy voice, which is well done with hardly any noticeable artifacts. I think the production of this version is an improvement to the original. Out of all the songs I was listening to around the summer season, this gave the best feeling of the warmness and vibe I was hoping for. The song is literally about the yearn for a tropical vacation together with someone. The calming strings and tropical instruments accompany the steel drums and other percussion perfectly. I mean, the song even opens with the sound of waves. The song is built in a verse-chorus structure, with the chorus being memorable and well crafted. I'll listen to this when I want to get away to that tropical land that this song invites you to.
Nothing is an empty can. No, I'm asking where you have been. Maybe if I can see you again, maybe we will be vacationing to a tropical land with bare feet running on the sand to the dreamland in the west. You can surf freely, or maybe lay on the beach and be carefree, sitting under a palm tree and perhaps taking a rest.
Now, while my top 3 in 2021 was pretty definitive, I was tossing up my 3 for this year. It took me a while to decide where to put them, since they all had a running for my favorite. After tough choices, this is where I put them. Want to know what they are? Well, at number 3, we have Good Grief by Violet Pony. Remember when I talked about a bright and sunny day turned into a gray, light raining day? This is what I listened to when it was sunny outside. It matched the mood of this song so well, being full of joy. The first line of the chorus is saying how good it is to be alive, with the second verse stating that you're a real musician. It presents that yearning the character was wanting in the first song from the album, now accomplished. This is the point of the Fish Whisperer album, where the protagonist is excited and filled with happiness as they are going through the festival. The chorus is the height of the thrill, in this upbeat piece that doesn't shy away from Violet's sound landscape. The mashup of so many instruments at a point does not allow you to slow down until the ambience at the end that puts you in the scene itself. Good grief, this is fantastic!
Good grief, it's good to feel alive, and I smile and wide, and I know I'm gonna be alright. Good grief, the world never seems so bright. It's like the spark in a newborn's eyes. We wonder just who was. Good grief,
At number 2, we have Nothing But Flame by Black and Blue. I was not expecting this one to be grabbing me as much as it did last year. While other songs I fell out of listening to as the year went on, this one I consistently came back to throughout the year since its release. With this one being on the more melodic side of Blacken's discography, I really enjoy his singing voice. Being fed up with constantly writing letters to Celestia, Twilight decides to voice her annoyance in this song. The melodic lines resolve down to the tonic again to provide a satisfying conclusion to each phrase. The rhythms of the guitar in the chorus contrast with the power chords that come into the chorus. The chords also appear building back up to the chorus in the second verse. My favorite detail in the chorus is the running notes in the background that you can notice if you listen carefully. It adds that extra texture, making the song more complex than it appears on first listen. The higher harmonies at points, especially in the bridge, are just so beautiful that it almost gives me goosebumps at times. This is my favorite song from him yet, and I can't wait to hear what Black and Blue has in store next.
A tiny fraction of innocence, and I'm taking back my life. The sun shines down to burn everything behind the curtain. I melt like a candle when there's nothing but your flame. The sun shines down to burn everything behind the curtain.
Now before we get to the number 1, here are some honorable mentions. Extremely Online.mpg by Rarity. This is one I really wish I could have included on the list proper. The tone and processing of Rarity's voice works well with many different styles, especially with the vibe of this one. A nice flow and lyrical writing makes this fun to jam to. The vocal chops are used in ways to fit them well into the song with a vocalist and instrumental. Keep an eye out for Rarity, because they likely have some bangers lined up for you in the future.
Make sure that I can hear ya, and if you wanna at me, then I'll really start to care about. You're making me cry. You're just extremely online, and I think it's hard time that I locked you off my mind.
Then we have Pinkin Pie, System of a Down parody, by Divis. Divis is one of the names that uses the AI voices pretty well in their music. With this being a parody of Chicken Stew by System of a Down, it is hilarious with the craziness of the video that matches Pinkie Pie's energy typically. Why is this such a believable song that I could hear her sing?
Cake and ice cream, lots of presents, cookies, candy pie. Cake and ice cream, lots of presents, cookies, candy pie. Me to party, everybody come with me. To party, everybody's got one. To party, everybody come with me. To party, everybody's got one.
Next we have Sisters by Violin Melody. I love the synths used in this one. The build-up has the melody slowly fading in, and I love that kind of rise it gives. The verses have a solid beat and production that lead into a memorable drop that you can't go wrong with.
Hands up, if we gonna drop.
Next we have Angelfish, Losers Say What by Violet Pony featuring Nami. Remember when I said I was into the style of rock more this year? This one does not hold back with the distortion of the guitars blasting at you, with a contrast to the settlement of the verse. Violet and Nami both fit their respective parts really well, with clean vocals and fun tones. Go check out all of Fish Whisperer if you haven't already. Then we have Tears of Blood Part 2 by Miko and Snap Scoop Scandal. From Zenith, this one gives you a plethora of beats to dance hard to, and it does not hold back in the slightest. There's not much more to say than check it out and hear it for yourself.
Welcome.
Then we have Let's Run Together by Macario, the Pony Princesses remix. Besides animating, Macario is a content machine, putting out music as well pretty often. Pony Princesses takes the original 1-minute song and turns it into a 3-minute bouncy remix with a verse-chorus format, then follows each chorus with a fun drop that includes a memorable melody that is my favorite part. This is such a group that I have not heard from many others in 2022 that I keep coming back to. Definitely an underrated gem. Alright, after a lot of fun, it's time for the number one. My top spot goes to an artist I was paying attention to since their first Pony song. Heck, I'd still call this song underrated to this day. When they released this in 2022, I was immediately hooked and saw true potential in this one when I heard this ear-catching riff. At number 1, Sparkle, I Eat Books by Childlike Wonder. First of all, what an immediate attention grabber of a song title. This song is about not wanting to do things by the book after how plain or idle the person's life has become. While the lyrics are able to be followed, some of the lines do create a discussion of what is meant by them. While some of it may seem like listing off random things, the overall idea shows the protagonist having conflicting thoughts of wanting to break out and do more. This memorable verse gets stuck in my head that I can sing along to it whenever it comes on. The song combines two aesthetics that I mentioned at the beginning, with electronic sounds mixed in with guitars adding edge and a rock element to it. The held back drums in the first chorus also add along to the guitars so well. The second verse adds more by putting a higher synth to flow along with the rest of the instruments already introduced earlier. The beat switch up in the chorus makes it interesting by not having the own instrumental feel too stagnant on its own. The rock drum part with the electronic drum beat also combine at the end to make a great end to the song. And again, how can you not have that riff at the beginning get stuck in your head? Childlike Wonder has a great voice to fit the style the song was going for, with harmonies that strengthen the melody. The distortion with it is one of the many effects that adds to the song's personality. The long I eat books go along with the short phrases of I eat books to give you more than one melody to pay attention to keep the song just busy enough. While there were many contenders that I really enjoyed this year, this song takes my personal pick for Top Brony Song of the Year. And that's my list for 2022. So much amazing music was released that I wish I could include here. I encourage you to check out Luckrock's Top 100 lists and other music promotion outlets to find more music that comes out of this fandom daily. Also, check out the playlist I provided to check out a few more songs that I didn't include in this video, but I still really enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.